pieces to the life puzzle. Are you interested? No matter who will be bigger, faster, smarter, or stronger. So what do? You can't always control who or what you're up against, but you can always control your effort. You must outwork every single one of those people you're competing with. When you find yourself up against other people and see yourself falling behind, are you the person who gives up and gives in? Are you the person who starts making excuses for why you're not doing as much as you could? Are you the person who finds it a reason to start doing things you're not supposed to? Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited to be on here today. It's Tuesday, December 12th. This month is absolutely flying by. This year is pretty much already gone, and we are stepping into 2024. We got the Vision Nest Solutions in the building. Let's go. It's good to see you. So today's topic, fam, we're going to be talking about just the power of what it is that we're doing daily, that we think about, and the things that we do every single day that we unconsciously don't even have to think about. So Jojo, I see you. But this is huge, right? Because when you start to analyze how much of our day ends up being run on autopilot, this is crucial, right? This is why inside of Think and Grow Rich chapter 4, it talks about auto suggestion. Right? If you've never read that chapter, I highly suggest to go ahead and check it out. But you're going to see that a lot of us, we think the same habitual thoughts every single day. And a lot of us, we don't even take time to really analyze them, right? And I'm going to get into it today. But first and foremost, as we go ahead and dive in, let's get a little bit of gratitude down below before we go ahead and get today started. What is everybody grateful for coming into the Tuesday, right? Gratitude is the highest form of emotion. So to be able to start this day on fire, feeling good, there's no better way to kick it off than getting a little bit of gratitude down below. So let me see it. Let me see the energy. Let me see the vibrations for today. And let's go ahead and get started because today is going to be a good one. Habitual, conscious patterns. Let's go. I just tapped in. Awesome, fam. So grateful for each and every single one of you. I'm so grateful for God. So thankful to be alive. So glad that we have access to all of the information that we do. So grateful for another day to be able to go ahead and take steps, continuously grow, run against the grain, go at the unknown, and know that every day we're planting seeds ready to go ahead and have a major harvest coming into 2024. So absolutely grateful for water. We've got our Kangen. As always, stay hydrated, right? Don't forget to get in your multiple glasses to kick off the day. If you want to get rid of headaches, if you want a ton of energy, a lot of the times, believe it or not, it goes back to being hydrated. So make sure you're drinking up. You got your blueberries for this morning, alkaline, whole food, starting the day right. Normally the day flows right. Love it. Deanne, it's good to see you. So here we go. Let's get into it. You ready? Rocking in the business. I see you growing organically. I love to see it. That's what it's all about. We are growing every day. We are expecting and we are getting miracles. So awesome. So check this out, right? Joe Dispenza, he talks about this, right? He talks about to change is to go ahead and be greater than the body, to be greater than the mind, and to also go ahead and be greater than our environment, right? You see, you know what's so interesting about our brain? Our brain has a lot of functions, right? A lot of mechanisms, if you will. And one of those mechanisms is called nexting, right? And the best way that I can go and explain nexting to you, for those that have ever seen a hurricane, if you've seen it online, if you haven't been in Florida to see one of these crazy ones that happen out here, you're lucky, right? You're blessed. But here's what nexting is, right? When you look at a path of a hurricane on the news, how they have like all of these different paths that can show you the trajectory of where that hurricane could go. Drop a 2 down below if you guys have seen the drop a 2, if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you've ever seen that when it comes to even looking at a hurricane, okay? This is one of the best visuals I can give you.
as far as nexting goes, okay? This is what we do with the future. This is what we do on a day-to-day basis. We next almost everything in our lives. Think about it. Whenever we wake up, we're nexting to go ahead and get out of bed, to go ahead and go into the bathroom. And then we're thinking about brushing our teeth. And maybe then we're thinking about getting something to eat. And then we're thinking about maybe reading a page of a book. And then we're thinking about going to work. As we're doing one thing, we're thinking about the next. We're already nexting the next couple of scenarios, right? And now, here, what's interesting about nexting is this can be a force that we can use for us, or believe it or not, this can also be a force that we can use against us. I'll give you a perfect example, right? Let's just say I love door knocking because door knocking, JoJo's in the field, so it's a great example, right? Let's say somebody's door knocking and they go out and they knock 3 doors, right? And they get no, they get one slammed in their face. The next person says, we're not interested, sorry. Well, that person that's gotten 3 no's, that person that's got rejected 3 times, let's think about, tell me down below, what do you think their nexting in their mind is saying for the next couple of doors that they're about to go knock? Let me know. How is their energy? What are they predicting most likely to happen in the next couple of doors that they knock? For most of the time, they're nexting lack, they're nexting negativity, they're nexting I'm not going to be able to make it happen. But once again, we can use this for us, or we can also use this against us. Imagine if we switched it on the other side. Even if we got 3 rejections, even if we got 3 no's, what if we could go ahead and change that? This next door could go ahead and pay for the month's bills. This next door could create a relationship that has endless referrals. This next door could completely boost my confidence to show me, you know what? Even though I've got a couple of no's, that next one, you never know which one is the gold. So this is just a perfect example to go ahead and play out in any aspect of life, because guess what? We can do that with everything. You can do that with building the business. You can do that with building relationships today. I'm telling you, this is real stuff, right? This is where the shift happens. Somebody can lose 3 trades, and the one negative Nancy that says, man, I'm just going to keep on losing. I'm not going to get any wins. You know what? They're probably going to go and lose their next handful of trades. But then you have the other side. Live that daily with my business and life. Absolutely. That's why I like to be able to take those skill sets and utilize them in different fields. I can't even express to you how powerful that is, right? The rhino skin that's developed through that is so next level, right? So watch this. Every one of us, we're marvels of adaptability, right? We all have the ability to be able to go ahead and adapt and change, because if there's one constant in life, it's definitely that change, right? Change is nothing that we can run away from. So watch this, okay? The way to change is to first become aware, right? Aware of the unconscious patterns that we're doing every single day that we don't even think about, that maybe aren't conducive to any growth, okay? My mentor talks about something so simple as this. Imagine every day we wake up, we take a shower, we wash ourselves in the same way, we brush our teeth with the same hand, we take the same route to work, we talk to the same people, push the same emotional buttons. He'd say, Joe Dispenza would say, it's safe for most of us to go ahead and assume that we didn't think most of that day. Most of that day was run on autopilot. I'm telling you, it's time to start getting into the trading land. There's a lot to be made right now. I'm telling you. Absolutely, right? So on the crypto side and on the Forex, definitely prime time. So watch this, right? In order to be able to change, it takes becoming aware of the programming that we already have. This is something that he brought up that really made me think about things a little bit different. Think about this. You ready? Our habits, most of the time, are unconscious emotions. Let me go ahead and explain that, right? When we're running unconscious, we're running a program, right? We don't really have to think about it. We're just running into what we're normally naturally used to doing. And here's the deal. Programs run our lives, and they become greater than our will. This is why so many people, they get into funks, they get into ruts. How many people, drop a 5 down below if you guys know somebody that's maybe been sitting in a funk, that's maybe been sitting in a rut, okay? I know a couple, and I've been there myself multiple times. And I've noticed as I look back and I connect the dots, this is exactly what's happening. We're literally becoming part of the functions and the programs that are running subconsciously, and most of the time When we become unplugged, they're not very conducive to growth. Been there many times. Okay. So our programs run us and they become greater than our will. So here's how we fix this. Okay. Now you're asking me, OD, how do we fix this? How do we go ahead and change this? Well, here's how we do it. Okay. We're not doomed by our genes. This is something that's very interesting. Pay attention. Okay. We're not doomed by our genes. I don't care what background that we come from. I don't care what ethnicity. I don't care what race. A lot of people say, well, my genes are holding me back, right? My family's holding me back. Well, here's the beautiful part. We're born looking like our parents, but you know what the other side is? We pass away looking like our decisions. Jim Rohn said that one. We're born looking like our parents, but we pass looking like our decisions. So this is the best part about life is, once again, I made a TikTok this morning. We are the creators. We are the actors. We are the producers. We are the directors of our life. So if we've been running on a program that has not been very conducive to growth, guess what? That's okay. There's nothing wrong. In fact, I'm not worried about what's happened the past couple of weeks, past couple of months. If you feel like you haven't manifested exactly what it is that you envision, I'm not worried about that. That's okay, because here's the deal. Today, right here, right now, we can go ahead and draw the line. One of my favorite analogies my mentor always gives, to say, you know what, today could be that day where we draw the line in the sand, December 12th. How many know what today is? Drop down today's date if you guys know what today is. A great day to draw a line in the sand to say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm ready for the transformation. I'm ready to go ahead and flip the switch. Today is 12/12. 12/12. That's a biblical time. Okay. You guys can go and look that up. Go Google 12/12 and go see for yourself what that means. I'm here to tell you a lot of blessings, a lot of abundance, a lot of beautiful things are here and on the way as we speak. I can promise you that. I feel it. I got goosebumps as I'm talking to you about it. Okay. So here's my last 2 minutes to go ahead and wrap up for today's training. Check this out, right? I want you guys to pay attention to this, because this is where it gets really serious. You ready? This is why it's so important to understand the state that we're in, to understand every day the frequency that we wake up, the vibration that we're moving with is more important than we'll ever know. And I'm going to give you an example, okay? You see, every single one of us inside of our body, we have what's called telomeres, okay? Now, if those that don't know what a telomere is, you can go ahead and Google it. You can do your research after you get off this call, but I'm going to give you a quick little Spark Notes summary, okay? You see, telomeres have a certain length, okay? I'm going to give you a visual just for this example. Let's say our telomere is this long, okay? Now, as we experience more stress, as we experience more anxiety, as we experience more depression, these telomeres, they shorten and they shrink, okay? Now, when they get small enough, when they shrink too much, here's what ends up happening. The body is sitting at dis-ease too long, and you know what that creates? When the body is sitting at dis-ease too long, eventually that creates disease. When I heard this morning, I promise you, I literally had to write a list of gratitude of 50 things. I needed to make sure that I got my gratitude in deep today, because this is why a lot of individuals end up developing diseases, illnesses. I'm not even going to bring up the word, but you have an idea of what I'm talking about. This is a huge, huge factor of how it is that these cells get fired. Okay? I want you guys to think about our genes are like Christmas lights, okay? Our genes are like Christmas lights, and when these telomeres shorten too much, guess what? Certain cells fire. Certain cells are going to flip on like a Christmas tree. Hence, a lot of problems start happening, okay? I know you don't like it, but this is true. This is why every day it is so important to make sure we're paying attention to what it is that we're drinking. Alkaline fluid, eating whole foods, getting out in sun, getting some vitamin D, grounding, spending some time in nature. If you can get 15 minutes in nature, I can't even explain to you how beneficial that is for the mind, for the body, for the soul, for the freak. It's huge. It's just crucial stuff right here. I'm telling you, these are 1% hacks. Most people they're not going to give you this information. They're not talking about it, but there's a reason why. I feel like this was led to and through to go ahead and speak this out for today. Okay. So my last thing that I want to give you guys is like this. Okay. I want you to imagine this. You ready? There's two factory workers that are working in the same field. You ready? Two factory workers are working. The outer environment of the cell is signaling the gene. Okay. When that gene keeps reacting over and over and over, it's going to signal that gene to go ahead and down regulate. Meaning, every day that we wake up and we look at our phone, we wake up in stress, we wake up and we look in the mirror to go ahead and look at all of the blemishes, remember the past, everything that's going wrong. We're literally turning on the switch to down regulate these genes and cells. And guess what that ends up creating? We've talked about it multiple times on this call. But here's the beautiful part. It works the other way as well, right? We can actually turn on these genes with positivity, with light, with love, with joy, with happiness. And guess what? You can actually reverse disease. We can reverse illnesses. We can reverse the C word strictly by paying attention to the thoughts, because these thoughts run into these emotions and these emotions trigger genes. Okay? So check this out. Genes end up getting passed down for generation after generation until somebody like you and I, right? And here's how we're going to end off the call. The analogy that I've always thought about, right, when talking about, we're the ones to break the legacy, we're the ones to make a change. Drop some fours down below if you believe that we are the ones to go ahead and make a change for our families, to make a lasting implant for society, to go ahead and leave a massive value for those to go ahead and come next in our shoes. Drop a four down below if you believe that. Lovely in the building, absolutely. Fran, drop it down. Leading with love, absolutely. This is huge, okay? This is big. Well, here's the difference. I want to give you a shift today. You ready? We're not breaking generational curses. This is the visual that I got, okay? We're starting a new thread, because I want you to remember this. When it comes to breaking generational curses, I used to think that we had to forget all of the negative things that's happened to us, all of the bad things that's happened in our life. Well, actually, this is a crucial piece, because if you think about like an anchor, these chains, these are like anchors that keep us rooted, so we can stay humble, so we can have humility, so we can truly have gratitude, so we can appreciate the little things. Because if we would have never have lost some of those things in the past, we would never appreciate some of the things that we have, or maybe some of the amazing things that's on the way. So it's never to forget or break the chain. I don't want to break the chains. I don't want to break off all of the amazing, the trials and tribulations that our ancestors have went through. I don't want to break that, because that's a part of each and every single one of us. But I do want to go ahead and add a link. I want to go ahead and add our piece of the chain to go ahead and create a whole new beautiful section. This is our history. This is our time. So family, I hope you got a little bit of value for today. This is my training. I wanted to go ahead and just paint a picture to let every single one of us know that we are the driver, we are the directors, we are the producers of our own movie. And here's the deal. The moment that we start becoming aware is the moment that we start changing our life. My mentor gave us an exercise years ago, and this is something I'm still working on till this day. I'm implementing it, right? It's called the 1 hour vibe check. And every single hour, we can go ahead and do a vibe check. You can title the alarm, whatever you like, maybe rampage of love, appreciation, send out gratitude message, whatever that is. But imagine this. If we were to track our energy every single hour throughout the day, how much different do you think that would be? If every hour we could go ahead and really sit down and give words of affirmation, give words of love, give words of encouragement, revelations, verses, right? This is huge. Just something that's been able to help me out along the way that I know could definitely go ahead and give some assistance to you also. So family, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so happy for each and every single one of you. And remember this, okay? We get a trophy at the end of every single day, right? Whether you believe it or not, I believe this, okay? We get a trophy at the end of every day, and that trophy is either going to be a trophy that we're proud of or a trophy that we knew we could have done more. A trophy that we know that there's more in the tank that we could have gone ahead and pushed out. So my goal coming into the end of this month, coming into 2024, is to go to sleep each night holding that trophy, knowing that we laid everything out on the field. We gave it what we had, and that's the best that we can do. Bob Proctor says the best we can do is the best we can do, and that's usually enough. So dreamers, if you know there's more in the take, if you know we can do more so we can become more, drop some threes down below. Smash that like button if you got some value, and let's go out and have a phenomenal rest of the day. If nobody told you yet, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for each and every single one of you. Let's go out and have a great day. Anything you need, we're here for you every step of the way. And remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. I love you, fam. Have a great rest of the day. Let's go out and make it happen. It's game time. Let's get to work.